Do you know of a stellar leader or an outstanding organization that deserves a proper shout-out? Nominate them for IBJ's awards. From 40 in their 40s and Women of Influence to Nonprofit and Healthcare Excellence Awards, we're celebrating rising stars, seasoned leaders, and organizations making a difference. Discover which programs are accepting nominations now at ibj.com/nominate.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Monday, May 11th, 2026. I'm Gary Dick. IndyCar CEO Mark Miles says the 2026 season is continuing TV ratings momentum for the series, up 45% over last year through 5 races. Miles credits the Fox TV package and unique partnerships like a collaboration with the Dallas Cowboys and Texas Rangers for the Arlington race.
Cowboys and the Rangers, major leagues think at another level. They're so well connected. They've got huge databases, fan bases, all kinds of promotional opportunities come along with their involvement. And then we really blew it out collectively, and the setup, the look of it, I think it rivaled anything that Formula One does in this country.
In Northwest Indiana, the Hobart Plan Commission has approved 2 site plans totaling more than 750 acres for a planned Amazon data center campus. Our partners at the Times of Northwest Indiana report commissioners heard hours of contentious public testimony on the proposals, the majority of which came from residents opposed to the projects. In November, Amazon announced plans to invest $15 billion to build new data center campuses in Northwest Indiana to support its AI and cloud computing technologies and create about 1,100 jobs. The Big Ten Conference has joined the Southeastern Conference in crossing the $1 billion mark in total revenue, marking a significant uptick in payouts to its member schools. The conference reported roughly $1.5 billion in total revenue in its federal tax filing, which covered the first year of westward expansion that brought in UCLA, USC, Washington, and Oregon from the Pac-12. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio. Indiana, start your engines. Join us from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway for our Emmy Award-winning Business at the Brickyard, presented by LiUNA. All month long, we'll bring you exclusive interviews, features, and a behind-the-scenes look at how the business of motorsports and racing drive the Indiana economy. Business at the Brickyard. It's front row access you won't want to miss. Veterans could see major investments in their medical care in central Indiana if Congress approves more than $2 billion for a new hospital in Indianapolis and outpatient facility in Fishers.
The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs requested about $2.1 billion from Congress for the 2 projects, with most of that earmarked for a hospital to replace the nearly 75-year-old Richard L. Raudebush Veterans Administration Medical Center in downtown Indy. The rest would go to a lease arrangement for a new outpatient building near IU Health Fishers along Interstate 69. The plan to develop the new facilities has become a priority for state leaders and Indiana's congressional contingent, some of whom have taken a direct role in helping usher funding through the budget process. Jake Adams, director of the Indiana Department of Veterans Affairs, said while the construction of the new medical center is expected to cost about $1.64 billion, Congress is considering a larger allocation to cover any cost overruns, land procurement, and other contingencies. He said the state is also expected to contribute about $100 million to the project through taxpayer funds, healthcare partners, and philanthropic contributions. The Fishers project would likely be co-located with the IU Health Hospital. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Indiana revenue collections surpassed the most recent estimates for the month of April. The Indiana State Budget Agency said Friday general fund revenues last month totaled nearly $3.3 billion, which was $284 million higher than the April 2025 forecast, or 9.6%. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.